Hello and welcome back. So I'm using the British Bake Off book again, and I'm making a spicy salmon quiche, but non-spicy. A, I don't have chili flakes, and B, I like spice. And we're also missing out horseradish. Apart from that, everything else is going to be in here. I need to get one thing that I forgot out of the fridge. So we are doing, for this spicy salmon quiche, we are doing a cream cheese pastry and then a smoked salmon filling. So, it says full fat cream cheese. Mine isn't full fat, but I've got cream cheese. So you need 100 grams of that. And I'm not halving, doubling, whatever, doing the actual recipe because I don't normally. And this is my quiche tin. It's the one I always use. I don't make quiche that often, but I do. So you need 100 grams of full fat cream cheese, 70 grams of unsalted butter, 200 grams of plain flour. Right, I swap my flour. Salt. And I never over salt food, so I may not put that in. And then milk. Now, just because stuff says whole, it literally says 2 tablespoons of whole milk. I'm not going to buy a thing of milk for 2 tablespoons. I'm just going to use my normal milk. It probably won't make much difference. And then for the filling, you need 182 grams of salmon. I have 100, so we'll have to make do. We've got, it said a whole red pepper, so I've also got half yellow pepper that I'm going to use up and put in. Onion, I've got a mini shallot. It says 200 milliliter double cream, I'm using milk instead. 4 eggs plus 2 egg yolks. I've got a box of eggs. So basically you need to find some, if you know meringue with 2 egg whites, or you can just get rid of your 2 egg whites depending on how desperate you are to make something with them. Pinch of chili flakes, I'm not doing. Tablespoon of creamed horseradish, not doing. Half tablespoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley, and 50 grams of grated, 50 grams of cheddar cheese. This is what I'm using. And then it says, just say a loose bottom tin. And we also need baking beans. Blind bake this pastry. Which, believe it or not, I have. But I don't know where. So when it comes to it, I'll have to find them. But I do have baking beans. I do have 100% have baking beans. If you don't, you can use rice. Or just something heavy to weight down the pastry. But anyway, I do hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. As you're watching this, I'm 971 subscribers. So quite close to 1k. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. You may think that's not enough milk, I have got more. So yes, first step says, first make the pastry in a bowl. Use a wooden spoon to beat together the cream cheese with the butter. Add the flour and salt and beat until incorporated. Add the milk and use your hands to bring the pastry together. gently knead to form a ball. Wrap the pastry in cling film and leave to rest for half an hour. You can put it in the fridge for half an hour, or you can put it in the freezer for like 10 minutes, depending on how long you've got. This isn't a recipe that you can do insanely quick, just to let you know, because some things I make, you can do it insanely quick, this one you can't. We will need a bit more time than some of my other videos. I would say a minimum of an hour and a half, just because of resting time, baking time, making time. So, I could do with a bottom. You could do with a bottomless tin. I'm not sure I've got one. So maybe I have to cut a slice out of the end instead of taking the whole thing out. And I need to find some bacon beans, which I definitely have. Anyway, so we're going to move some of this, get set up with scales, a bowl, move the filling, get the pastry ingredients, and let's get making a quiche. So, you need 100 grams full fat cream cheese. Mine isn't full fat because Mum makes me healthy, so I've got a lighter version. You have to cream this together, and this creaming together method should take around 10 minutes. So don't just mix, don't just combine them together and think that's done. Because it should have started off yellow and then turned to like a whitey colour. So mine's cream, and now you add the flour. Now you add the flour, and I've got a pinch of salt in there. Add it all at once. And this time you do beat until it's well mixed. You do mix it until it's incorporated. Mix it until it is combined, and then as soon as it's combined you can stop. But you can't do that for the first bit. And then, so it's going to be a quite wet pastry, I figured. Add the milk and use your hands. Right. You don't necessarily need 2 tablespoons, usually 2 drops. It will be quite a wet pastry. Like the cream cheese pastry, not a normal chocolate pastry. Just say use your hands, but you can stir it. You can, like, at this stage, give it a quick stir, but then you will need your hands in. And then you scrape it all off the wooden spoon. I would suggest a wet hand and a dry hand. It's a very wet pastry, but it does come together easier, because normal chocolate pastry you would it'd be all like crumbly, and then loads of people will add loads more flour. But all you have to do is squeeze, and then it comes together. Squeeze, like squeeze it through your hand. We'll need quite a bit of flour on your table to roll it out later. But you're going to squeeze it. So you're going to put it in a bowl. I'm going to put it in this bowl. And you're going to rest it for... Well, it says half an hour. I'm going to put mine in the freezer. Mine's going to go in the freezer for 10 minutes. Then I need to get all the rest of the residue off my hands. So the next step now is preheat your oven and roll out the pastry. And you blind bake it 15 minutes. Which in hindsight, you need baking beans or rice. I have baking beans. So whilst the pastry is chilling, I'm going to move this. And I'm going to line my pastry tin with greaseproof paper. Now your greaseproof paper has to go over the edge of your tin. Has to go hanging over the edge. Because if not, you can't lift the beads out and put them in the tin, or your rice lift them up and tip them out. Because if they drop, they'll make dents in your pastry and take forever. Now it won't stay in as of yet, but you need it as big as that, to be honest. So then when it's out, you can pick it up and go like that and put it back in. It won't hold down if you haven't got any beads in it. And I also need pastry first anyway. So we do have baking beads, I don't know where they are. These are first world problem. Anyway, so you let your pastry chill. Mine got a quick blast in the freezer to speed this video up, but I would recommend you put it in the fridge. You need it quite chilled, just simply because easy to roll out. And I'm going to prepare my work surface. I can't say I use these beads very often, so that's probably why I can't find them. They've been stashed away somewhere. I'm not tall enough to reach any cupboards. So you know what, I'm going to pause the video for a few seconds, try and find them, and then once the pastry's fully chilled, we'll roll it out and so I actually found them right in the back of the cupboard. So I have to get some steps out as well. So the new Christmas film on Netflix that came out today called The Christmas Night. Now that's the sort of thing that I would love to sit down and watch. I can't get the film and editing, and I've got I'm a Celebrity to catch up on. And it's Thursday, which means Riverdale. So as much as I want to watch a Christmas film, I have 3 hours of telly to watch as it is, but I may watch the film as well. But it's only 1:10, so I've got quite a bit more time today. And I edited a Little Mix concert this morning, which will be up the day you're watching this. So these are my bacon beans. These are the John Lewis bacon beans. I think they were £10 or £15. So they are the cheapest thing. So rice, you're going to need twice as much rice because rice isn't as heavy. So So you probably double the amount of rice to beads. So how much I put in, just put double the amount of rice in. That's the way forward. So for your pastry, you lightly flour your work surface. You roll out your pastry, but you need your pastry hanging over. So then you can cut it off when you've got the filling in. And you bake it hanging over, and then once you've baked, like blind baked it, you then cut off the crust once it's baked. So you just do it nice and thin to hang over the edge, and then once these beads are in, and once it's out the oven blind baked, you then put the filling in, and then when the filling's in, you sort the edges out. So it's supposed to hang over the edge. Oh, mine's really. It doesn't want to be too stiff, so don't forget about it, because it is in the freezer for more than 10-15 minutes, or it is in the fridge for more than half an hour. It'll be too hard to roll. I say that is just about right, and that's been in for 15 minutes in the freezer. So it says, you need to lightly flour your rolling pin. You need some flour on the rolling pin. I've seen people in videos before use like wine glasses, like wine bottles, and it's empty. So it says, on a lightly floured worktop, roll out the pastry until it is 3mm thick and use to line this carton. Leave the excess pastry overhanging the edge. Like I've just explained, you need extra hanging over, and then once you've blind baked it and you've got the filling in, you then cut the edges before the second bake. Basically, just do it as thin as you can go, but then when it gets to the really thin point, you stop. If you get hold or cracks or anything in it, then you need to start again. And you don't really want to be overworking this pastry, so you don't really want to be restarting more than once or twice. If you do need to restart more than twice, it probably might not even work. You need to make sure it's wide enough, not just thin enough. Ooh. And then you have to get it onto your rolling pin to get it into the tin. So now I'm going to take this paper away. So that fits my tin, but there's no hangover, no. So it fits, but there's no hangover. So we need to. Also, if your tin's bigger than that, if it's bigger than the recommended size in the recipe, then if it's bigger than the size in the recipe, then you might have to go smaller than 3mm thick, so then it can fit your tin with hangover. So this recipe is in like the thing I did made before, the breakfast muffins. It's in the Great British Bake Off 2018 edition book. If you don't have it, go on. I'm not saying buy it. I'm saying go onto the web, go online and go to BBC Good Foods, and there's loads. That's the best website to use. And you can always type in spice salmon quiche and see if they have their alternative, their method for it, which is pretty similar. So if you don't have one, they'll have thousands of other quiches, and you can just find a cream cheese pastry. Just find one with a cream cheese pastry, and then you can do your own filling and just do what I've put in mine or stuff. So mine's really thin, but I don't think there's very much little hangover, and you have to have hangover. So Now you need to get it. You need to get it onto your rolling pin. Basically like roll it. And then you kind of like lift it in. This is actually one of the best pastries I've used, and I don't know if I've ever actually made cream pastry before. I don't know if I've ever made cream pastry before. So you don't put your bead into it like that because they won't come out. So this is where your pastry goes. And you need the hangover of baking parchment, because then you can just lift it up and take it out. If you have the parchment, as you call it, fit it, then it won't tip out as easily. This goes in the oven for 10 minutes. And then bake the pastry cake blind 15 minutes until the pastry is dry to the touch. Remove the beads and baking paper and return to the pastry case to the oven for 5 more minutes. So you take it out and then you bake it for another 5 after. So 15 minutes with, 5 minutes without. So I'm going to put mine in for 10 because my oven is slightly hotter. And your oven is supposed to be 200 degrees and mine's 220, so... My oven smells weird also. Because there's like flour on the pastry, flour's going absolutely everywhere. It went in the oven, it's now gone here. So now's the point where you technically clean up, but you've only technically got 15 minutes to pretty much get all your filling done. You've only got 15 minutes to technically get all your filling done, and then you have to take all the beads out and then any final touches in the last 5 minutes, which is really only a few minutes because 5 minutes will go in no time. You don't really have time to clean up the flour mess, because by the time 20 minutes is up, by the time the pastry's done, you'll be like, well, I've tidied up, but my filling's not ready. So this is the point. You also have to lower the temperature when you've got your filling in. So the lever, So we need multiple bowls for this. I've got a stash of bowls, and you need a decent sized bowl, but you also need a jug. You can have your 4 eggs. You need 5, 6 eggs. You need to separate 2 of them. So you may need another bowl to put the white in. You don't need. So in this bowl, whisk the cream. No, that's one. So the pastry's now in for 15 minutes. It comes out after 15 minutes. And after that 15 minutes, you take the beads out and you put it back in for 5 more minutes. And once that 5 minutes is up, you lower the temperature from 200 to 190, and then you neaten the edges. You need a bottomless tin, but I don't have one. This is the one I've always used, and it works. but instead of taking the whole thing out, it might break. So I'm just going to cut a slice out of it. Rather than taking the whole quiche out and onto a plate, I'm going to cut it in the tin, because I have a bottomless one. So we need, you need a chopping board. Realistically, you need to clean your towel, but by the time your pastry's done, you won't have any filling. So this is the point to make your filling, because it just, well, the pastry doesn't have to, the pastry can't be boiling. The pastry still needs to be warm when the filling goes in, because it helps it cook quicker. Because if the pastry is warm when your filling goes in, then it, well, you have to put it in the oven straight away anyway, but it just cooks it. If it's cool, then it won't cook it, if you know what I mean. And you have to re-warm the pastry up, so you need it warm when the filling goes in. So you have to basically have your filling ready. And if you tidy up, you won't have your filling done. So, if you tidy up, you won't have your filling done. As I normally say, you need cheddar cheese. And I have this again, because it's my favourite. So that's why I have this. You can do with cheddar for most of this. So the first thing you have to do is flake the salmon into a bowl. So this recipe does specify hot smoked salmon. Mine is just smoked salmon over oak and beef wood chips. So you simply just break your salmon up and put it into the bowl. You need 180. And admittedly, I didn't know that when I went to the shop. I just got some non-spicy smoked salmon, and the packet's only 100. So I have got slightly less. And mine, and if you like spice, and the hot smoked salmon isn't enough. Oh yeah, it doesn't actually say, it actually says hot smoked salmon, plain salmon, or sweet chili salmon. Actually, I didn't realise there was multiple choices. You just break it up with your fingers, you don't need to cut it with a knife. But you also, to add the heat, if you like heat, you'd obviously do the hot smoked salmon, and then you'd also use chili flakes. So you put your residue in the bin, and you wash your hands. This tap takes forever to get hot. Every time I wash my hands, it's cold, even though it's meant to be hot. And then you chop everything fairly small-ish. See, this bit should be cleared up, but obviously I can't because I need it ready for when the filling's done. It may take me longer than 15 minutes to do the filling anyway. So, that's why I have to crack on. My pastry's due out in 5 minutes and all I've done is break up some salmon. So, you need to crack on with this filling. So I've got a knife. It says, let's see this. Because it's here with already messy, you can just add. I don't think you need garlic. Onions are a nightmare to peel. This thing's a nuisance to peel. And I'm in a time crunch because I've got pastry cooking. Wondering why my onion's tiny, it's because it's a shallot. theoretically I should have 2 rather than 1. Actually no. Oh, I've just realised it says sliced, and I've just done it in tiny cubes. So it's meant to be sliced, but I didn't read it properly, so mine is unsliced. So mix it in with your salmon. I think the pepper diced finely. That's what I did with the onion. But in true fact, the onion's supposed to be sliced and the pepper's supposed to be tiny. And the pepper's supposed to be finely diced, and the onion isn't. If you do it with both, it doesn't matter because I have. So you get your thin strips, and then just go across. I always think if you do pepper too small, it burns quickly. So although it says finely diced, do it small, but not like teeny weeny, because it will just burn. So small, but not too small. My pepper had a green bit inside. Anyways, I'm going to do the exact same again. We have still got 5 more minutes when the pastry goes back in to doing the last minute touches. Next, take this pastry out. When you've got the filling in, it bakes for half an hour. And then just say leave to tin for 15 minutes, then serve. But I'm like, you know what I might do? I might put the beads, and I'm going to get a clean bowl because it needs to pack it into one of these. Every single bead went in. I think that's the first time ever happened. I'm going to put this back clean. Put your back baking parchment in the bin, and then you're going to put it in for a further 5 minutes. And you don't take the edges off yet. Oh. I've just put mine on a tray, that's why it took a bit longer then. It's easier to get out next time. So now, you make the filling as in this filling. In the bowl, whisk together the milk, well I'm doing milk instead of cream, egg yolks, and everything else. And horseradish and chili flakes if you're doing it. So, milk we're doing, or cream, 200. Might need to. Should be cream thick in it, but I kind of forgot cream in, and you normally use milk anyway, so. Now I'm going to crack 4 eggs. So as you can tell, this isn't something that, if you are struggling, if you never have a lot of time to bake, if you never have a lot of time to cook, then maybe you can buy ready-made pastry if that speeds it up. And there are plenty of recipes on my menu, on my menu, on my channel that you can do in like 20 minutes, like quick. I'd make a right dog's dinner of that last egg. If you saw, I dropped it. I did try to salvage it, but I hope it worked. That is a pretty full jug. We've made a right mess. But because I didn't have time to clean the flour in the first place. You can't really whisk it, but try to whisk it. Maybe this method's better. What else are you putting in? Everything else, the chili flakes if you're using them. So it says whisk the cream, I'm using milk with egg and egg yolk until like. So that's done. Now I'm going to add, you also need to add your cheese. I feel like the cheese isn't going to fit in here. How much parsley was it anyway? Tablespoon, that's probably tablespoon. And then you also have to add chili flakes and horseradish, which I'm not doing. And then I'm going to add a little bit and then you also have to add some cheese. Just says a tablespoon of cheese, so that will do. I'm going to take my pastry out. And we're going to lower the temperature of the oven. I think it would take me like oh, I've just completely broken this side of my pastry. So I'm going to stop making in the edges. Because I'm just scared that it's going to I'm going to stop making the edges because I'm scared I'm going to break the rest of the pastry. My tin's bigger than the recommended tin size, so I rolled it slightly thinner, and now it's all breaking. Theoretically, you're gonna make it neat now, but I'm scared because mine's thinner, it's gonna break. So you scatter this mixture on the bottom, the smoked salmon, peppers and onion. Scatter it across the bottom. Nice distribution of salmon. And then give your egg mix one more quick whisk. And then you simply pour this all over. Make sure you've lowered your temperature to 10 degrees. And then this now goes in for 30 minutes. They're neating your edges off, but I did mine thinner, so I can't. And this is the time to clean. So I'll come back to you in 30 minutes once my... Oh yeah, and you change it from 200 to 190. It's gas mark 6 and then gas mark 5. So I'll see you in roughly half an hour when my quiche is complete. So, quiche is made. Pretty sure it's cooked. So we're going to dig in and try it. And hope for the best. That is a good quiche. I need to quickly turn it over to see if the bottom's not got a soggy base. Never had a cream cheese pastry before, but it's nice. A bit like an omelette inside pastry, to be honest, with the quiche. So I'm going to give that 8 out of 10. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you very, very soon with another video. Thank you and goodbye.